Hi everyone, welcome back to Nasedyanka, the channel where I talk about Bulgarian history and culture and tradition and faith, more so Orthodox Christian faith because it is an indelible part of our country. So I want to begin here with Christos Voskrese and to say Voistina Voskrese because as I had promised, this episode 15 is going to be the beginning of an entire lengthier series that might last throughout the rest of our year. And I had promised that I was going to begin and offer this after Pascha. So here we are. We're starting. So this episode 15 is going to relate in particular to Bulgarian history as old as possible. I have dug into resources and historians, archaeologists, researchers who are also the diggers, and most often they also have trouble translating this information out into the world. And I'm not particularly speaking about translating language wise, but literally like bringing this out to people and helping people realize that we are missing a lot of cool information in our schools. But nonetheless, the information is available and I would love to share it with you guys. So I have prepared it in my typical style. I do read the information which I have researched and I have translated from the Bulgarian language to the English language. And so this is something that I'm going to be posting once per week. Like I said, it's most likely going to last us through the rest of the year until next year, 2024 Pascha. In episode 14, I made a little introduction about this series, and I actually mentioned that I was going to talk about the 15,000 year of Bulgarian history. Well, I stand corrected because when I double checked, it actually is 17,000 at least. 17,000 years of Bulgarian history. And so let's go at it. So I am calling this part 0 out of 45. I think I'll have 45 resources. I might even go beyond that. But in this series, I will introduce you all into the incredible factual impressions that ancient Bulgarians have left around the world. Bulgarians have impressed the world with our culture and highly advanced civilization. This is a fact that is recorded in many, way too many old and valuable documents, again, around the world. To know yourself, you must know history. You cannot value your personal identity without valuing your ancestors. You cannot cultivate self-worth without cultivating an out-of-the-box, broad comprehension of the history of humanity. That is the root of everything that I'm basing in my presentations to you guys. So I'm going to share some of the research by the Bulgarian Ivan Trenev. So Ivan Trenev, and by the way, as typical, always look into the comment section where I include the resources that I'm using for these presentations. So it might make it easier for you guys to see how his name is spelled, and again, to go to the resources where I've derived this to check it for yourself. So Ivan Trenev is a journalist. He graduated from the conservatory. He teaches at a school. He has directed 2 documentary films. His hobby is Bulgarian history, and it occupies a serious place in his life. He loves Bulgarian history, and he does not cease to explore and research it. Ivan Trenev discloses that he travels the world and finds historical documents in books as well as records that are kept in local libraries in foreign countries. In one of his videos, he shared that one such library where he opened a membership at is Great Britain, and he was able to find quite cool, intriguing information about ancient Bulgaria in there. He provides factual and accurate resources and references to his findings. So in the video, one of his many videos, and that's an interview that I mentioned he shares basically a lot of that information. So in my video, I will present to you all findings that he summarizes in one of his many written articles, just to begin with. Again, in time, if I find more information, as I find more information from him, I will include it in the internet. But that just one article that he has written can suffice us to go around the whole year. That's how much detailed information there is about this part of history that I'm talking about. So please refer to my comment section, as I mentioned, to find the website and resources that I'm using here. So yes, Bulgaria was created 17,000 years ago. The current written article has been collected, with the article that I'm sharing with you guys, it's been collected and synthesized over a year, and it's divided into 28 points. Now I have grouped them, some of those, into different subcategories so as to make it more accessible to English speakers. Ivan Trenev gives permission by asking the public to please share and actually distribute this information so that everyone knows, so that everybody can be able to read it to our children, especially because they are the future. And when it concerns Bulgarians, of course, they are the future Bulgarians, but I believe everybody else around the world, whether you are Bulgarian or not, will find it intriguing and impressive and enriching on a personal level. So basically, we're trying to return to our roots here, to be human, to talk about the truth. This is where our spiritual access that we belong to, and we have belonged to as Bulgarians for thousands of years, exists, and we want to open our hearts to reality in its bare truth. The truth can blow our minds, the truth can hurt, the truth can also fascinate, and for some interesting reason, in the last I don't want to say decades, centuries, but even longer, this history has been hidden from the face of the world. So yeah, I can philosophize on that, but I'll leave that to your own critical thinking and questioning. So as I continue, next I would love to share with you guys that in this article, Ivan Trenev carefully outlines 45 sections or points that summarize the most important parts that pertain to Bulgaria, or more so, I should say, to the Bulgarian or human history. I will include those in subsequent videos. In some of those videos, I will cover only one of those 45 points, whereas in some others, I might cover several points, like up to maybe 5 or 6 points at a time. It just depends on the length and the content and how appropriate it is. So later, I will include other articles that build up on this in-depth and crucially important information. And so with this, I welcome you back to Nasedyanka. Following episode 15 throughout its mini-series will introduce you to the Bulgarian ancient history, as well as at least 17,000 years of the history of humanity. Thank you guys, and join me at Nasedyanka. If you haven't subscribed, please do so if you're interested in receiving notifications for upcoming videos. Thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.